All right, men, how do you find a woman worth marrying, not just dating? Because I know you looking. Before my boo tell you, what you gotta say?
Look, we're Terence and Jill, a God-Ordained Union, and we're here to do one thing and one thing only, and that is simply to help increase God-Ordained Unions.
Yes, yes, yes. So if you are looking, and not just looking, but if you are desiring marriage, and not just marriage, but marriage to the one, your perfect person, you are on the right channel. On this channel, we are your biggest cheerleaders. We know how you feel. You've probably been feeling like you've been waiting forever, and it's a long time. You might be feeling like God is not hearing your prayers, or that maybe marriage is not for you. No, that's all a trick of the enemy. We know how you feel. I was 52 when I walked down the aisle, never been married, never had any children. And
I was 54 when I watched her walk down the aisle.
Yes, yes. So you are on the right channel. This is the thing. The enemy does not want you married. So what he's going to do is he's going to try to convince you in so many ways that you're not going to get it. And so on this channel, we help expose the enemy, and we put him in his place, and so that you can, be encouraged to know that God has marriage for you. He wants it for you. God ordains marriage. This is not just a tagline. This God ordains marriage, and so he said he is better for two to beget to than one, because when one is up, the other, if one is down, the other is up, and vice versa. And so yes, please subscribe, please turn on your notifications, please comment. We try to read as many comments as we can. Please share our videos and all that great stuff. We go live every Tuesdays at 7 p.m. You can also join our private group, which is we meet twice a month. You can also, if you want a one-on-one with us, that is available. All that information is on our website at godordainedunion.com, or you can click the information is below. Also, ladies, this year, 2026, we put out our new ebook, Prepare, Position, and Purpose. And so what is happening is that, yes, you are desiring marriage, you're ready for marriage, but in the spirit realm, there is a block. You're out of alignment. And so you're like tied up in the spirit realm like this. You are tied up, and God wants to release your husband to you, but because you're so tied up, you can't even receive it. And so these ties could be soul ties, it could be unforgiveness, it could be resentment, it could be
you coming into agreement with someone that's speaking against what it is that you're praying for.
Yes, it could be generational patterns and curses. It could be so many things that got you all blocked up. And so on this channel, we also help you to, what we say, like unclog, get back in alignment. So yes. All right. So we are excited to share that over the last month, our subscribers have increased like crazy. Like well over 2,000 new subscribers just in the since Christmas. And so that, believe it or not, it has increased the number in men. Ladies, yes, the men are here. They're watching. They're in the backgrounds, but they're watching. We don't know who they are, but they're watching. And let me tell you some awesome good news. So the numbers, about over 2,000 and something are men on this channel watching. And it's funny because on TikTok, a couple of months ago, there's a guy that we follow each other, single guy, and I had reached out to him, and we had reached out to him and said but because it's our channel together, and we was just telling him about the private group, and he was like, "Oh my God, I watch y'all channel. I didn't know that this was you." So they're out here, and so I just want to make sure that the ladies, that that guys are out here, and they are they're really looking. We don't know who they are, but they're looking. So I would say this: you ain't even got to wait for a dating site, or you ain't even got to consider a dating site. Make sure that, you are showing up on social media as your best self, that joyous person that you really are, that's really in the inside of you, that kind person, that happy person, that loving person. Let that be shown throughout your profiles on social media, all through your social media profiles. Show up on social media as you would the cookout, as you would, a trip, a girl's trip. Show up and be your best self.
Yeah.
All right. So I know you got a message for the men. So let me, ladies, we listening in, but we going this is a message for the men. So, honey, what you got to show?
So this is a message for both of you.
Okay.
Okay. So don't go anywhere.
Okay.
So we're going to talk today about men looking for the woman that they want to marry. Okay. Mm-hmm. And what they need to do to find that woman. Mm-hmm. So number one, I'm going to give you 5 things. Number one, they should be, fellas, be the person that the women are already praying for.
Ooh. Ooh.
What I mean by that, we've been talking to women for a long time about praying for their future spouses and what they want in a man and so forth. So fellas, you've been hearing this, and you also can think about it yourself and say, if what are women seeing in men, and what do they want in a husband, and be that. Be that. Okay, that's a good starting point. Matter of fact, go to the word. Pull out Ephesians. It's only 6 chapters, but read all 6, especially though, chapter 5. Especially chapter 5. Read what it says, the responsibilities of a husband is. And get that in your spirit. Get it in your heart. Because the word says that the heart controls your habits. So if you get those characteristics in your heart, it will control your habits, and you are that person already. So be who they're already praying for.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
That would be first. What I would say do first is be the person that they're already praying for.
Can I say something?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And just at the end of the day, men, when the woman that it's going to be it's going to be so favorable for you. So I think, also in the B is probably changing a perspective of, like you were saying, it's not you changing for her, but it's really like a good posture for you, is really bringing out the best in you. But a woman doesn't require a lot. We want somebody to love us, and love us where we feel secure, where we feel the security in the love, and we can be our soft self at times, but we can also be our creative self. We can be the best we can be for you. Mm-hmm. We want to be the best for you. And so, and bring out the best in the marriage, in the union. So, we're not as difficult as society paints it, and I think that's a trick of the enemy.
That's a trick of the enemy. Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, we're not as needy, and so
absolutely.
Yeah, go back over.
Number two is let God shape your standards. And what I mean by that, your standards aren't aligned with God's standards because you're out of alignment. So, fellas, let's get in alignment with what God has for us, okay, and what His Word says, and everything else will fall into place. Everything else will fall into place. Wow. As a matter of fact, let me share this with you. Adam went to sleep. God put Adam to sleep. So, fellas, rest in God and allow Him to do His spiritual surgery on you, put you to sleep. And when you wake up with your spiritual eyes open, you'll be able to see who He has for you.
Yeah.
So let's get in alignment. Let's get that way. His standards for us is the same standards that we have for ourselves. And we know we're straight then.
Yeah.
Okay. So that was number 2. First one. Yes, ma'am. Go ahead.
So that also looks like, and it comes across as when, a man has a standard for one type of woman, and then his standards change after he comes into alignment with the Lord. And a lot of ungodly women will nail that man back to his past and make him think that he's settled, when it's not that he's settled. He actually elevated. But because they can't see past growth, they're only thinking of it because a lot of times that that standard that you may have men for yourself is normally just aesthetics. But then when you come into alignment with the Lord, it becomes more than, now attraction does matter, but it becomes more than just the aesthetics. It's something much more deeper. And so, and I think a lot of men may fear that they don't want to let go of.
It's kind of hard to explain unless that person has God in their heart.
Oh, yes.
So you're trying to explain it, but the person that you're speaking to don't know God, so they don't get it.
Yes. If you've never had an encounter and a transformation with an encounter with the Lord, you won't get it. But a lot of men, their quote unquote standards change. It changed. And a lot of times it's no longer, and this is where you'll see, like, quote unquote, what a lot of women deems as a good looking, eligible guy, and then he gets a woman that maybe do not look aesthetically like he should, have, and they think he's settled. But that's not the case. Is that his standards literally just aligned. And so he sees more than just aesthetics. And so, but aesthetics matter. It does. But because I don't want to miss,
right.
But
attraction matters.
Yeah. So
it matters.
So I guess the point is men, don't be afraid to let go of your standards. Don't be afraid to align with what God wants for you.
Absolutely.
I'm glad you said that, baby.
So number three is you need to go where they are. To find you a good woman, you just need to go where they are. And understand this. Good women aren't hanging out at places where there's a lot of toxic or chaotic things going on. Okay? So you might this might cause for you to get out your comfort zone. You might need to go to some events, some community events where women are serving. You might want to go to places where they're doing some things that invite them. As a matter of fact, I would even say this is a good opportunity to look at your gifts, talents, and skills. We've said this about women before, but it's the same thing about men. Tap into your gifts, talents, and skills, and allow those things, because you're getting involved, you're going to some places that you probably didn't spend time for before, and it's gotten you out of your comfort zone, but it's also probably the same place where those women are that you're looking for. Okay.
You might want to go to brunch. Man.
Go to brunch.
Start going to brunch.
I would say if you like to travel, don't have a problem traveling. Go out, go do some traveling,
Do a solo.
Because that's what's in your spirit. That's where you're going to meet the person that you're looking for. Maybe is that she's traveling too.
Right.
So don't be afraid to step out of your comfort zone, but also look into your gifts, talents, and skills. And as you get more involved with that, it may put you in positions or in places where these women are that you're looking for. So that's definitely what I would say about that.
You got notes.
I got notes, yes, because I want to stay on point, because I can drift off to the left quick. Number 4. I'm going to say this, and that is observe her fruit. Not just her words, but her fruit. And we've talked about this a lot on this channel. Look, the fruit of the Spirit is important. You want to look at her and see how she responds in certain situations, especially how she treats others. How she treats certain situations, how she's handling chaos, and when things come up in her own life. You want to look, because you want to identify that, yes, she's got good fruit. She's very fruitful.
Yes.
Okay.
Look at her kindness.
Yeah, we definitely got to look there. If we don't look nowhere else, we got to look there.
Look at her patience.
Yes, look at her patience with others, with with you, with her friends. And I've learned this a lot just because of this channel, is paying attention to how people treat people that they already have relationships with, even if it's their family members and siblings. How do they treat them? How do they treat their best friends? How do they treat people that's supposed to warrant their attention and their time? How do they treat them? Before you even get involved seriously with them, find out how they're treating people that's already in their life.
How are they treating their children? Because a lot of them have children. How they're treating their children. How they're treating their parents.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, fellas, a good thing. Listen to how they talk about their ex. If they still have bitterness or about their ex, see how they're treating it. How they're talking about their children's father. How they,
Yeah. And know this too. No matter how much people say, you can't learn someone's character in one conversation. You're going to learn their character over time, and know that this is a process. So as you're going through this process, don't be surprised if it takes you a little bit to learn their true character, because it shouldn't be something you see as soon as you see them and be like, oh, okay, everything about this person I just learned in 30 seconds. That shouldn't be the case. And understand that going into it, because people can have a bad moment, and we're all human. But the character, you're going to definitely be able to see for sure over time.
Right.
Now, this last one, we're going to have to talk about it a little bit, but the last one is look for peace. Okay, look for peace. And here's what I mean by this. I've said on this channel a lot that a woman cannot bring us peace. No matter how much she tries, she can't do it. But what I am referring to in this case is when you're with a person and when you meet a person, see if they're bringing peace with them.
Their peace.
See if they have peace within them. Okay.
Yes.
See if they're drawing you closer to God, or if they're pushing you away. Okay. See if they're bringing chaos to your situation, or if they're bringing you into a peaceful situation that they already have of their own.
Right.
Okay. That's huge.
Right.
That's huge. And I say that very intently because I don't want to get it confused, because I do know a lot of men have gone out and said, I want a woman to bring me peace. And we've corrected that on here and said a woman can't do that. That's been misdiagnosed or misdescribed. You got to have your own peace. Okay. So I don't want you thinking you're going to find a woman that's going to bring you peace. But you can find a woman that already has her peace.
Right.
So definitely look and see if she has peace within her own life, or if she's bringing chaos into yours.
Right. If she's disrupting your peace.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Because peace is definitely one of those things you can use as a confirmation.
Right.
That's you're going in the right direction with the right person.
Right. Woo.
So those 5 things there is something that I would tell a man right now that's saying, I'm ready to get married and I'm looking for my woman.
Right.
And I need some help of how I go about finding her. If you start with these 5 things, I think you're on the right track. Yeah.
You always say this a lot. I don't know if we said it here, but you always say a lot of men are afraid to be rejected because it could come from their teenage years or their first love. And so, yeah, I think you summed it up with, I think in number 2, like once you're aligned with the Lord, and that comes also with standards that also, when you're aligned with the Lord, that also brings a fearlessness. It comes also with faith. And confidence. And so that you also get that. That's what I said. When you align with the Lord, you get the hookup. Like you really do get the hookup. Like he's really preparing you to go out and have abundant life. Not just a spouse, but when you are in alignment with the Lord, he is preparing you to receive all that he has for you. And faith and courage is in there as well. So when you're properly aligned, you don't have to worry about, if, quote unquote, she rejects you. Right. If you approach her, if you at brunch, say you and your you at brunch and you see a woman with a group of her girlfriends, approaching her in whatever way you deem is appropriate. If you approach her, this is the thing. It doesn't matter if she said, okay, well, I'm dating someone already. It doesn't matter the rejection, because you're going armored up. Mm-hmm. You align with God. And so you're armored up with his full armor, his whole armor, the armor of God. You align with Christ. And so it's not a rejection. It's literally what you say all the time. It's like, okay, well, she ain't it. Check off the box. Yeah. And so, yeah.
And and I'm glad you said that, because as you were talking, my mind went to something you said earlier. Mm-hmm. And I want to share this too. And fellas, now that you are seriously looking, mm-hmm. go back to, like she just said to the women earlier, go back to your own profiles that you got on the different social media platforms and update them, mm-hmm. and put the new you up there. Okay, your new desires, your new standards, everything that's changed in you since you've started this serious, intentional looking to let the women know this is who I am today. You might have known me 6 years ago. You might have known me from school or whatever.
Or even 6 months ago.
That ain't who I am anymore. This is who I am today. Mm-hmm. And this is what I'm looking for. That way, whomever come across your profile will also see that you're somebody that's seeking a serious relationship, seeking marriage. You're intentional now, and then know what where your heart is.
That's good. That's really good. All right, man. It's 2026.
So, like
it's some good women out there, and ladies, it's some good men out there. It's some good men out there, and some good women. So. Yeah.
So with that being said, we pray this takes you back to God, what his word say about you.
Ephesians.
Okay? Who you are.
Go to Ephesians.
Go to Ephesians. Read all 6 chapters. Okay? And come into alignment with what his word say, not only who you are, but then how to treat the one that you're about to spend the rest of your life with. And we look forward to seeing you guys in our next video. Peace.
Peace.